Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to learn about the dunning setup. In the agenda, we'll be going through how to set up the dunning and then how to execute. The objective enables you to understand the dunning and its associated terms in the context of business processes. Prerequisites for setting the dunning in Onfinity ERP include a configured tenant in your environment, organizations configured in your system, and overdue or due AR invoices available in your environment. Let's understand what dunning is. Dunning is the process of systematically communicating with customers to remind and request payment of overdue invoices. It involves sending structured reminders ranging from friendly notices to final demands in order to ensure timely collection of outstanding receivables while maintaining customer relationships. For example, Level 1 can be a friendly reminder. Your payment is overdue by 7 days. Level 2 can be a strong reminder. Your invoice is overdue by 15 days. Please pay immediately. Level 3 can be a final notice. If not paid within 7 days, services may be stopped or legal action may be initiated. That is known as dunning. Now move on to the system. You can configure one of the dunning rules. You can search for the dunning run or dunning setup using the search utility, or you can directly click on Financial Management under Account Receivable, where you will find dunning, dunning execution, and dunning letters. Click on dunning, select your organization, and enter a name. Here, the name given is Sonic Venture Default Dunning, and then you can move on to the level. Under the level, you need to create rules for the dunning. For example, you can give the name of the rule as 3 days. Then you need to enter days after due date. This indicates the number of days after the payment due date to initiate dunning. If the number is negative, it includes not due invoices. It will check the number of days defined and add the grace days to pick up the records. If days after due is negative, it will pick the record for future dates also, as per the number of days defined. Next is days between dunning. Enter the number of days in the days between dunning field. It indicates the number of days between sending dunning notices. It will check the conditions and show the invoice schedule that was not available in the previous dunning run as per the defined days. Enter a little description about this rule. You can select the collection status. If the collection status is selected, then the system will set collection status on invoices defined on the dunning level after dunning is processed. If not filled, the invoice will be marked with collection status as dunning. The next is Show Not Due checkbox. If this is set as true, the system will override the Show All Due and Days After Due Date and show all the schedules that are not paid. It includes all not due invoices. The next is Show All Due. If this checkbox is set as true, then the system will override the date after due value and show all invoice schedules that are due to the dunning date. The next is Credit Stop. If this checkbox is set as true, then the system will set Credit Stop in the Business Partner window after dunning is processed. If the Set Payment Term checkbox is set as true, and a value is selected in the payment term field, then the system will set the payment term defined on the dunning level in the Business Partner window after dunning is processed. The next is Charge Fees. If this checkbox is set as true and a value is entered in the fee amount, then the system will add a line in the Entry tab of Dunning Run window as Fee Amount Defined. So these are all the settings. For example, 3 days and 7 days rules can be defined in the dunning level. Once you have set up the rules, you can move on to the dunning execution. Select the relevant rule, for example, the 3-day rule. Enter the dunning date, enter the description if required, and then click on Dunning Run. The system will populate a pop-up where you can define your conditions. For example, include the dispute invoice, include only sales invoices, create dunning entries for a specific representative, or define dunning currency. You can also choose to include all invoice currencies, select a business partner or category, or include PDC while generating the entries. Click on OK and the system will generate all the dunning entries. You can see the number of entries generated, and whichever you figure out is not required, you can delete them by moving to the Entry tab. For example, you may delete credit notes or unwanted entries. Negative figures represent credit note values, while positive ones are due invoices. If you want to print any one of them, you can click and print. In such a way, your printout will be generated and can be sent. If you want to send the reminders at one shot to everyone, instead of printing one by one, then go to Print Dunning Letters. Select Email with PDF attached, and select the mail template defined for dunning. You can create a new record for a mail template, for example, Customer Attention, Pay Immediate. Dear Sir or Madam, your invoices are due, and you are requested to clear the amount as early as possible. Save this, refresh, and select Customer Dunning in the process. Click on that, and confirm. If email addresses are configured correctly at the user level, the system will send the emails along with the Dunning print format attachment. That is how you can use the dunning in the Onfinity ERP system. That concludes this session. Thank you for attending.